In this video, I'm going to show you how to work in the ends of double crochet rows if you're going to do a border around something or join some together. And first of all, we want to determine what the ratio is. So I have 9 stitches wide, which is 2.5 inches, and 9 rows high, which is, just see, 4 3/4 inches. So as you see, 2 to 1, 2.5 would be 5. So since it is almost 2 to 1, I think I will put 2 stitches in the end of each row. And that's pretty much what you should do, even if you do the same stitch, because right now I'm working with cotton yarn, and so the loft is a little different and your stitches may come out slightly different. So it's a good idea to measure to figure out what your ratio is. So if it's 2 to 1, I should be able to put 2 stitches in the end of each row to make it even. So I'm going to want to do my border in single crochet. This works for whatever stitch you're doing. I already chained 1. So since it's 2 to 1, I'm going to put 2 stitches in the side of this first double crochet. So I'm going to go under that V in the top, and I like to try to go under 2 threads if I possibly can, like so, and then under 2 of the bottom half of that first double crochet. If I can find how it goes without the thread splitting. Okay, and then here we have a chain, and you notice the chain loop leaves a little bit of a hole. Well, you can help remedy that by where you place your stitch for the side. I'll go under that first chain, but my second stitch I'm not going to put under that chain. I am going to go in the, see how the second double crochet is divided? But if I go under that top loop and then back into the bump on the back of the chain, kind of helps shrink the hole shut a little bit better. And some patterns, they want you to have those holes there because they will form buttonholes later. So read over your pattern before you decide on how you're going to do this. And some patterns will say work so many stitches in the ends, and sometimes you have to figure out what that ratio is going to be. So I am going to, for this demonstration, I'm just going to go into the second chain and not do that under the top of the loop, but it really doesn't make that much of a difference. Let me show you. Okay, so here's the one where I grabbed part of the top loop of the double crochet below, and here's where I didn't. It's only slightly different in size in the hole. So that's up to you on how you want to work it. Now let me lay it out and look at it. If it flares out a little too much, then you may want to skip a single crochet here and there. It's fairly even. The only way to really tell if it's really good is by going all the way around. And if it's a big project, that's not always feasible. So it's good to do a little swatch and try it. This seems fairly good. I may skip one, maybe every 4 or 5 stitches to make it a little more straight, but I think this will work. So when you go down to the corner, what you can do is you can either add 2 single crochet in the corner here like this to go around it, depending on your pattern, or you make a chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, and then work across your foundation chain, and then back up the other side the same way you did, and back across the top. You don't want to skip going across the top because this is double crochets are stretchier than singles. So that's pretty much how you go into the ends of the rows of double crochet. This is my method of doing it. I'm sure there's people who do it in a different way. They go around the bar or whatever. And if you are making buttonholes, it might be a good idea to go around the bar of the stitch. When you do that, when you go in the end of your row, if your border is forming buttonholes, you want to go into the hole and not into the stitch itself, like this. Into the hole. Into the hole. Some people run ribbon through that hole, some people make them buttonholes. But if you go into the hole and work around the stitch itself, see the difference? These holes are much bigger, that you can put a button in them, where these aren't as big. So yeah, those are the different ways you can do it. Happy crocheting!